So there are various different observations in constipation that I have noticed. First one is maybe a temporary kind of constipation where people are just they feel that they are not passing regularly, and there's a block because of these can be fixed through lifestyle. So lifestyle, when I say correcting their food habits, correcting their items that go into their diet, and basically fixing some of these lifestyle aspects has actually fixed their constipations. um, Also things like along with that, if you bring in hydrotherapy where you put in wet cloth on the stomach, on the abdomen, and chronic constipations have also slowly started releasing, because when you put wet cloth, what happens is the cold temperature which the wet cloth brings into that area reduces the fever in that area, local fever in that area, because wherever there are toxins, there is the body is raising the temperature there, because there's a lot of activity going on, fermentation happening, carbon dioxide is getting produced. So all that methane gas is also getting produced. All those things are happening. So there's a lot of temperature there. So to reduce, first of all, we are bringing that cold, wet environment to reduce the temperature. And when temperature reduces, what happens? The blood flows to that area to normalize the temperature. And then this back and forth of blood basically also moves the muscles, and then things constipation clears. So that is how this wet cloth works. So typically fixing all these things helps in reducing constipation. But then there are some cases where due to uh, continued intake of medicines, antibiotics for various other conditions, or medicines in the name of homeopathy, allopathy, so Ayurvedic, whatever it is, basically bringing some external agent to fix that, rather than fixing at the root cause. Antacids, multivitamins, all those things basically also affect the colon. And over a long period, if they continue to keep doing this, not doing any activities. So what also happens is, and of course, lifestyle added to all these things, the muscles themselves don't work properly. And when the muscles are not pushing, when their muscles are not doing their peristalsis action properly, even for such people, even if they continue suddenly having their lifestyle changes, let's say you have fruits, vegetables, and all those things, you still feel that things are not moving properly. So in such cases, they will have to do a lot of exercises, uh, do a lot of mind work to what do you say, to work those muscles. When I say mind work, you'll have to bring in affirmations, you'll have to bring in a lot of such tools to work to connect the mind and the body. So some of those things help. And of course, wet cloth on a regular basis, even if you don't have time, to make sure to bring in priority to many of these muscular movements. Exercise, pelvic floor muscle exercises, where you're actually forcing kegels and many of those things, where you're forcing the muscles to work, and regular physical activity um, definitely starts helping these muscles, especially abdominal activity. See, for many people, you've noticed, we may notice that if they've been developing a lot of constipations and many of these lower pelvic issues, they also have a lot of back pain. So it's like the chicken or the egg problem. And so there's a back pain, so you can't exercise, and then you have constipation, and the bowels are not moving properly. So in such cases, you will have to start slow, and then do a lot of mind work, do a lot of exercises, pelvic floor exercises, slowly, and or work with a trainer who can help you slowly work your muscles and get it sorted. So there are other, so these such people may tend to see bowel movements maybe once a week or something like that. So, or even if they pass, they don't pass properly. So it is an issue. So it needs a long term, constant working of these things to help them. So the third thing where I've noticed is where right from the where the gut itself is slow, so which means their digestion itself is slow. Typically there's the standard when they say that okay, 3 hours for something to digest. The things, always feel full. So right from the stomach muscles, maybe everything is slow. The 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 potency of the hydrochloric has also reduced. So nothing is basically working in the what do you say, expected way. And this also translates to a very slow movement of peristalsis. Let's say movement is happening, but it is very, very slow. So they tend to pass bowel movements very, very slowly, which is once in 2 days and things like. So we can't really say what it is, but when I've noticed in my clients, probably I would have just categorized them like this. But internally, it is all again toxemia. It is again accumulation of toxins in various ways, mental, emotional, and physical, all put together. So it has to be corrected. Everything has to be corrected. Exercises have to be brought in. Food has to be changed. Fluids have to be added. Chemicals have to be reduced. So everything has to happen for all of these things to work in tandem. And that is when we can actually address the constipation problem. And addressing constipation is very important, because it's the mother of all the issues. It gives birth to all the many other issues in the body, physical issues and all those things. It also, many of these issues also causes anxiety and many of these things, because the filth in the body increases, and this increases a lot of scavenger germs inside the body. The non-symbiotic flora actually increases, and so this causes a lot of mental health issues also, neural issues, nerve related issues, and what do you say, mental issues also. So it is important for your body to be clean. And uh, yeah, so this is about constipations. So in the next video I'll be talking about some of the best practices that we can follow.